Left of the box. Pro-Palestinian protesters disrupt event in Toronto involving leaders of Canada and Italy. A dinner hosted by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in honor of his Italian counterpart had to be cancelled this evening after pro-Palestinian demonstrators blocked entrances to the venue where it was set to take place. Good work, protesters. That's what we want to see. We don't want these politicians out able to enjoy anything while this atrocity is going on that we could be doing something about. Trudeau's office confirmed neither he nor Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni were able to enter the Art Gallery of Ontario, which briefly went into lockdown as demonstrators shouting pro-Palestinian slogans packed the area where would-be guests were awaiting admission. They included International Development Minister Ahmed Hussein, who was unable to enter the gallery through the front entrance and walked 2 blocks while flanked by police and protesters chanting "shame, shame" before he ducked into a nearby police station. Now, there's a couple reasons why this particular event should be protested. One, Justin Trudeau is there, Ahmed is there, and he's the minister that helped shut down the funding to UNRWA, so that's huge, huge shame. But also, the Prime Minister of Italy, going out to a fancy dinner with her. The way our liberals treats fascists in this country is just astonishing. Standing ovations, fancy dinners. We want to work well with them, of course. Because let's get a little bit of information on who this person is. I had to look her up on here. So, from her Wikipedia page, a right-wing populist and nationalist, her political positions have been described as far right. She describes herself as a Christian and a conservative, and she claims to defend God, fatherland, and family. She is opposed to euthanasia, same-sex marriage, and LGBT parenting, saying that nuclear families are exclusively headed by male-female pairs. Well, chances are her beliefs would prevent her from being, leader of a country. But, they like to cherry pick which ones of these, misogynistic, paternalistic ideologies that they take. Her discourse includes criticism of globalism. Meloni supports a naval blockade to halt immigration. And she has been accused of xenophobia. Oh, really? And Islamophobia. You don't say. Blockades to prevent people from coming into the country. A supporter of NATO, she maintains Eurosceptic views regarding the European Union, which she described as Euro-realist, and was in favor of better relations with Russia before the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, after which she pledged to keep sending arms to Ukraine. In 2023, Meloni was the 4th on Forbes' list most powerful women in the world. Yeah, she's the type that we should be celebrating and going out to dinner with and having good relations with, and never call out and never say anything bad about her rhetoric, her policies, who she is, even though they go against everything the Canadian government likes to claim to hold a value. The 2 prime ministers issued a joint statement saying their agreement will further deepen countries' Canada-Italy roadmap for enhanced cooperation. Yes, let's cooperate with these fascist states. It's good practice for when the United States becomes a fascist state if we, start working with other ones around the world to get that practice in, I guess. Apparently, the 2 got into a public spat last year after Trudeau criticized Italy's stance on LGBTQS+ issues in a meeting with Meloni at the G7 Leaders Summit. He was reacting to her government's move to limit the recognition of parental rights to only the biological parents in families with same-sex parents. Meloni later rejected the criticism, and Trudeau said Trudeau had fallen victim to fake news. I'm surprised Trump hasn't said more about her, because she's like the Christo-fascist, completely the type of person one would imagine Trump would be interested in for some reason. I don't know what that reason would be at all, why Trump would be interested in her. Policy-wise and everything else. This is the type of person who we celebrate. But the next thing I'm going to show you is a real tweet by an MP of the Canadian government. This is real. It's on, I'm on Twitter right now and it's up. So we'll just go here first. Pro-Hamas protesters who shut down Trudeau-Maloney gala, Toronto Sun. So that's some really piss poor framing right there. But from Kevin Vong, first they came for the Jews. Yesterday they came for the Italians. Who will be next? History has shown us that what starts with the Jews never ends with the Jews. We must stand together, united against hate, to ensure history does not repeat itself. You know what? In both of these cases, it has nothing to do with Jewish people, it has nothing to do with Italians. It has everything to do with the fascist elements within those groups. And that is what the pro-Palestinian people are protesting. Wow, that was a lot of alliteration right there. Pro-Palestinian people protesting. There we go. This lovely MP right here for Spadina, Fort York. You know, he puts that he's an MP, but not all that often do they actually say, you know, which party they're for. And I would think you'd be so proud of it. You would plaster that all over your bio so that it's very clear when anyone clicks on you which party you're an MP for. What a ridiculous tweet. My God. First they came for the Jews. Yesterday they came for the Italians. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Poor framing. But here is the quite the walk of shame tonight for UNRWA defunding minister. And that is how it's done. No one's being violent. Nobody is getting in his face, but they're being loud. They're yelling shame at him. They're all recording him as he's doing this, saying basically he's responsible for, you know, cutting off funding to the one organization able to help the starving people in Gaza. More of this, every time they go out to eat at a fancy restaurant, while their choices are helping to starve the people in Gaza, they deserve this kind of reception.